You may be curious about how the Creation Station started. Well, I'm delighted to share with you the origin, the mission and the vision of the Creation Station. So grab a cuppa and let's explore. We'll be covering the origin, we'll talk about chocolate, women in Africa and parenting. We'll talk about the mission, how values have navigated the journey of Creation Station, and the vision, how we are working with our franchise partners to make creativity a force for good in all areas of learning, leisure, life, and our impact on the environment. Of the Creation Station. Well, I'm from Bootle in Liverpool. I'm the youngest of 6, and when I was little, my dad sadly died. But my mum told me I could do anything I put my mind to. So for me, that meant getting chocolate. So my friend and I, Joanne, we created a comic, and the hero of the comic was Cadbury's. So we sent it to Cadbury's, and can you guess what happened? Absolutely, we got a massive box of chocolates from the amazing Cadbury's. And it taught me something that I never expected to learn. And it was the power of a goal, power of a direction. At a very young, early age, I discovered when you have an idea or you know what it is you're heading towards or you'd like in your life, you discover things that take you closer to that destination. But without knowing where you want to get to, you're far less likely to ever achieve that. My mum gave me Anita Roddick's book on how she set up the Body Shop when I was 13. And I remember being blown away by the fact a business could create an impact and make a difference. And I guess I logged that somewhere in my brain. In the 80s, there was a lot of media around Live Aid and nutrition, and I decided I wanted to go to Africa and see if there's anything I could do to help. The joy of being young and passionate. I did a degree in nutrition and spent a year in Zimbabwe. While I was there, I was making things, and somebody offered me a job supporting the local women to run their own arts and crafts business. It was a real sliding door moment for me. I was like, wouldn't it be amazing to support other people to run their own creative business? So I went back to London. I resigned from my catering management job. They had kept my job open for a year on sabbatical. But I decided if I was going to pursue this dream of making a difference through creativity, I needed to do something. I needed to do something then and there and not wait. And so I did. I became a designer maker. I started running workshops and really supporting people with workshops that enabled them to unleash their own potential. It wasn't so much art and crafts. It was about what are you going to do? How can you unlock your ideas and have fun along the way? So that was a real moment for me. And then Duncan and I, we had our 3 boys. I ended up in a wheelchair for a couple of years with something called SPD. I went to lots of classes with the children. And I had 3 under 3.5 years, and they'd be running around, and I'd often come away just feeling worse than I had when I went. And it's tough being a mum. And I thought, well, what if there was a class that made everybody feel included, where every child had the opportunity to explore, discover and develop at their own rate and pace? What if there was an experience that as a parent you would also learn how to parent your unique child, because your relationship is so unique, you and your child. And so the idea for Creation Station started to evolve, and I started running classes back in 2002. The mission for the Creation Station. Well, I remember back in 2002, Duncan said to me, if you're really serious about the Creation Station, Sarah, you need to write down your core values. And this was in the day when companies didn't really talk about their purpose as they do, and rightfully so now. Creating these 6 core values with Duncan have probably been the most important decision I made with Creation Station. They include inspire imagination, nurture creativity, spark curiosity, ensure quality, give care, and have fun. Who doesn't love having fun? Even though the Creation Station has been transformed since 2002, because now we inspire children, adults, the elderly. We have a big event entertainment part of our business, and we do parties, etc. Those core values still hold true for all that we do to help us bring creativity to more people in learning, leisure and life. The vision for the Creation Station. Although we are number one at what we do, we're the most recommended activity provider and we've inspired over 1.8 million kids and adults, there's never been a greater time or demand for creative experiences, whether it's supporting children's development and the whole range of different needs that children have, whether it's supporting well-being, connection, socialisation, fun, skill development. Creativity makes such a positive difference in all ages and at all stages of our life. And I think the future needs more creative activities and experiences. They say in the future, with the increasing rise in AI, maybe only half of us will need to work. And so it's really important that we have creatives to create engaging content and visuals and all of the innovations that we need to live a fulfilled life. So I believe the future is very creative and there's a lot more work we need to do. Whenever I talk to people or do a keynote speech, most people will say that they aren't creative. So to nurture that spark inside, that creativity is about bringing ideas together, creating a connection and maybe developing new ideas off the back of that. I wrote a book called Creative Sparks. It's mishaps, hurdles and ideas to inspire you and yours. It got to number 1 on Amazon and it really describes how creativity helps to develop you as a child, as a parent, I describe how it supported me with business, and it's got 52 easy ideas for things to do at home to nurture your own creativity and kids if you've got kids. So if you're interested in finding out more about kind of how the Creation Station started and the power of creativity, check out Creative Sparks on Amazon. It'll give you a real good insight into how and why I created the Creation Station to bring creativity into more lives. I hope you find it helpful. I know that we are better together. So if you are excited about finding out how you could get involved in making that impact in your community and achieving the success that you want, I would love to hear from you. Get in touch, come along to one of our discovery events and just find out whether or not this is the opportunity that you have been looking for.